It's easy, why thumping on it.
Okay, this week's Torah Parsha is called Noach. It is in Genesis 6:9 through 11:32. And the Haftorah portion is Isaiah 54, verses 1 through 10. And the Brit Hadashah reading is Luke 17, verses 20 through 27. Here's a calendar so you can see a projection of what this month of October will look like. And then you can see as it follows week to week reading. You start Sunday. A reading from the interlinear Chumash, Parsha Noach, chapter 6, verse 9. These are the offspring of Noah. Noah, a righteous man, perfect was he in his generations. With God did Noah walk. Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth had become corrupt before God, and the earth had become filled with robbery. And God saw the earth, and indeed it was corrupted, for corrupted had all flesh its way upon the earth. God said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for filled is the earth with robbery through them, and indeed I am set to destroy them from the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, with compartments shall you make the ark, and you shall cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you should make it: 300 cubits the length of the ark, 50 cubits its width, and 30 cubits its height. A window you shall make for the ark, and to a cubit you shall finish it at the top. The entrance of the ark, in its side you shall put, with bottom, second, and third decks you shall make it. And as for me, indeed, I am about to bring the flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh, in which there is a breath of life from under the heavens. Everything that is in the earth shall perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall enter into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and the wives of your sons with you. And from all that lives of all flesh, 2 of each shall you bring into the ark, to keep alive with you, male and female shall they be. From each bird according to its kind, and from each animal according to its kind, and from everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind, 2 of every one shall come to you to keep alive. And as for you, take for yourself of every food that is eaten, and gather it in to yourself, that it shall be for you and for them as food. Noah did according to everything that God commanded him, so he did. Chapter 7, verse 1. Then Hashem said to Noah, come you and all your household into the ark, for it is you that I have seen to be righteous before me in this generation. Of every animal that is clean, take unto you 7 pairs of each, a male with its mate, and of the animals that are not clean, 2, a male with its mate. Also of the birds of the heavens, 7 by 7, male and female, to keep alive, offspring upon the face of all the earth. For it is 7 more days I will send rain upon the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and I will blot out all existence that I have made from upon the face of the ground. And Noah did according to everything that Hashem had commanded him. Noah was of the age of 600 years when the flood was water upon the earth. Noah entered together with his sons, his wife, and the wives of his sons with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood, of the animals that are clean, of the animals that are not clean, of the birds, and of everything that creeps upon the ground. 2 by 2 they came to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass, after the 7-day period, that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. in the year that was the 600th year of the life of Noah, in the 2nd month of the 17th day of the month, on that day burst forth did all the fountains of the deep that is great, and the windows of the heavens were opened. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the midst of that day Noah came with Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, with the wife of Noah, and 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after its kind, every animal after its kind, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, every bird of any kind of wing. They came to Noah into the ark, 2 by 2 of all flesh, in which there was a breath of life. Thus they that came, male and female, of all flesh did they come, as God had commanded him. And Hashem shut it on his behalf. When the flood was 40 days on the earth, the waters increased and raised the ark so that it was lifted above the earth. The waters strengthened and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark moved about upon the surface of the waters. The waters strengthened exceedingly much. Upon the earth covered were all the mountains which are high, that are under the entire heavens. 15 cubits upward did the waters strengthen, and covered were the mountains. Perished had all flesh that moves upon the earth, among the birds, among the animals, among the beasts, and among all the crawling things that crawl upon the earth, and all mankind. Everything that there was the breath of the spirit of life in its nostrils of everything that was on dry land died. And he blotted out all existence that was on the face of the ground, from man to animal, to creeping thing, and to bird of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. Left surviving was only Noah and those with him in the ark. And the waters strengthened on the earth 150 days. Chapter 8, verse 1. God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the animals that were with him in the ark. And God caused to pass a spirit over the earth, and the water subsided, and closed were the fountains of the deep, and the windows of the heavens, and restrained was the rain from the heavens. The waters then receded from upon the earth, continuously receding, and the waters diminished at the end of 150 days. And the ark came to rest in the 7th month of the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Ararat. The waters were continuously diminishing until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st of the month, visible were the tops of the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent out the raven, and it went going forth and returning until the drying of the waters from upon the earth. Then he sent out the dove from him to see whether the waters had subsided from upon the face of the ground. But the dove could not find a resting place for the sole of its foot, and it returned to him to the ark, for water was upon the surface of all the earth. So he put forth his hand and took it and brought it to him into the ark. He waited again for 7 days that were additional, and again sent out the dove from the ark. Back to him came the dove toward the time of the evening, and behold, a leaf from an olive tree plucked with its bill. And Noah knew that the waters had subsided from upon the earth. Then he waited again for 7 days that were additional, and he sent out the dove, and not again did return to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, on the 1st of the month, the waters dried from upon the earth. Noah removed the covering of the ark, and he looked, and behold, dried had the surface of the ground. And in the 2nd month of the 27th day, fully dried of the month was the earth. God spoke to Noah, saying, The ark from, go forth, you and your wife, your sons, and the wives of your sons with you, every living being that is with you, of all flesh, of the birds, of animals, and of all creeping things that creep on the earth. Ordered them out with you, and let them be prolific on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went forth, and his sons, his wives, and the wives his. So Noah went forth, and his sons, his wife, and the wives of his sons with him. Every living being, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves on the earth by their families came out of the ark. Then Noah built an altar to Hashem, and he took of every animal that is clean and every bird that is clean, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. Hashem smelled the aroma that was pleasing, and Hashem said in his heart, I will not continue to curse again the ground because man, since the thoughts of the heart of man are evil from his youth, nor will I continue again to smite every living being as I have done continuously all the days of the earth. Seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease.
It's easy, why? Something on it.